from a minimum of products that are always at hand. Cookies without eggs and milk are perfect for fasting. They are prepared with vegetable oil and on water. It turns out that the cookies are sugar, crumbly, and very tasty. It will not be difficult to cook it. The kneading will take you at most 10 minutes. How to make cookies without eggs and milk. Prepare the products. Pre-sift the flour. This will not only remove the garbage, but also saturate it with oxygen, which will make the baking more lush. Take cornstarch. If you decide to replace it with potato starch, then reduce the amount. Use refined, odorless oil. Turn the oven on 180 degrees. Take a bowl and pour all the dry foods into it. Sifted flour, starch, sugar, baking powder, and a pinch of salt. It will balance the taste. You can reduce the amount of sugar. According to the recipe, the cookies turn out to be noticeably sweet. Mix the dry products until smooth. Read about all the nuances of working with baking powder in a separate article, the link at the end of the recipe. Pour vegetable oil into the center of the flour. Mix the flour with the butter until the sand crumbs form. Start gradually pouring water into the resulting crumb. At this stage, it is better to knead the dough with your hands to feel its consistency. As soon as the dough begins to gather into a lump, stop pouring water. The dough should become soft, homogeneous, but at the same time, it will remain slightly sticky. Not all the water left me. If I had poured all 100 milliliters at once, I would have had to add flour. Therefore, once again I draw attention to the fact that the water is poured in parts. Roll out the dough on a table sprinkled with flour into a layer 5 millimeters thick. Slice it arbitrarily in any way. You can cut cookies with molds. You can use a knife, like me. In this case, you will have fewer scraps. The resulting clippings are blinded again, rolled out and cut. Cover the baking sheet with baking paper. Put the cookie blanks on it. You can choose the right parchment paper by reading a separate article about the features of parchment. The link is at the end of the recipe. Bake cookies in the oven, preheated to 180 degrees C, 20 to 30 minutes. The exact time will depend on the characteristics of your oven. Mine bakes for a long time. The cookies were ready in half an hour. Focus on the appearance of the cookie. It should be gilded. You can learn about the features of the ovens by reading a separate article, the link at the end of the recipe. Serve the cookies to the table. Enjoy your meal.